I think one of the most common things that we have heard from advisors in general is, well, my business runs on referrals. Yeah. And that is fantastic. Yes, it does. My question is, does your business kind of look like this when it's running on referrals? Hey, it's gone up a ton and it's down for seemingly no reason and it's up again. And it often seems to lack predictability when it runs on referrals. Is I think one of the really common things that we have heard over the years. And this is not limited to advisors by any means, but I think it's specifically important for advisors to think about, because I think for so many of them, they think, well, all I need is to get the referrals in. And so they resort to these tactics that are, for lack of a better term, cringeworthy. Hey, David, can you write down a list of 5 people right now that you want me to call?
Right. I'm a little uncomfortable because I don't know who to put on that list.
Right.
Yeah.
I talk about awkward. Moreover, I couldn't imagine doing that with my best friend and saying, hey, look, man, I need to sell 5 people right now. Who are the 5 people that you know that I should sell? That's really what you're asking them without using those words. They know it, you know it, and everyone feels awkward about this.
Okay. So then you avoid the awkwardness of doing that, and you just tell your client, by the way, I get paid in 2 ways, right? I love that one, which is, it's not a very practical way of ensuring that you're going to get referrals, because maybe you have the system for asking them for the list, and so then you have a way to follow up or try to get the referrals. But this sort of, I don't know, it's a little wishy-washy. It's well, I'm not going to actually have a process for doing this. I'm just going to let you know and hope that someday you're going to remember. Yeah. Maybe I'll remind you each time I meet with you, which ultimately then becomes a little awkward.
Yeah. And hope is not a system, right? Like just hoping. Hey, I really hope that I do a good enough job and that they remember me and that they want to talk to me. That's not a system.
So there's a lot of businesses that know that they are benefiting from referrals in one way or another. I heard a story once about this restaurant that basically was built on the fact that they had this one patron who would come in business lunches every day with somebody else. And this happened, I don't know, for months or years at a time. And what would happen is they would start to recognize the guests who would come in, on the lunch meetings, coming back with their families, and so they sort of built up a pretty good business as a result of this. And then that guy just stopped coming. Now, the restaurant didn't do anything to encourage him showing up in the first place, and they didn't have any systems in place to know stuff like what his name was or who the people were he was bringing. And so just as fast as they benefited from all of it, suddenly that business started tapering down because they didn't have a system in place to support it. And I think that's what a lot of businesses suffer from when it comes to referrals.
Yeah, is really they have a referral champion, if you will, who loves them, who says these guys are fantastic, you can trust them. But what they don't have is they don't have predictability from those people in a systematic way that extends to their entire client base. Right? Let me just say really clearly, having one champion is great. Having a book of champions is something that you can build a profitable business upon.
And with advisors, it's very easy to put systems in place, not only to turn your clients into referral partners, but other strategic partners into consistent recurring referral partners as well. You've established relationships with other professionals.
Yeah, we have several professionals, one of whom has been a referral partner of ours for the better part of 7 years now, and that we've likely done hundreds of thousands of dollars in business, both ways, right? And it is predictable in that the more I spend time with this person, the more I talk with this person, the more that I work with this person, the more referrals I get. And the more that I'm clear, hey, this is what I need you to look out for, right? And they tell me, this is what I need you to look out for. That brings referrals. And it's intentional and it's on purpose, and it's not just, I hope they come. It's something that I have a meter of control over.
Yeah.
Likewise, we have a client who just texted me before we started filming today. Hey, I sent 4 more people your info.
Awesome.
Right? Fantastic. And oh, by the way, I'm looking forward to working with them, right? How can I support you to introduce me to more people?
So you have a champion because you have a relationship with this client, who this isn't the first time he's done this, by the way,
No,
right?
no. We've done thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of business because of this person. And I think what's interesting is it's me being transparent with him and saying, hey, this is what I'm working on. If you know anyone who you think could help us, please let me know.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, we're looking to pick up a couple clients in the next month or so. Is there anyone you could introduce me to? Right? And it's having a system that works within that relationship that clearly says, this is how we're working together.
You know, because of the specificity of what we do, that also helps him or, you know, any referral partner better understand who to send our way rather than that list. You know, do you know anybody who might possibly, if for whatever reason they might have, want to talk to me or be somebody I should talk to even though they don't know they want to talk to me, right? So I think that's part of the entire approach that we take is the more specific you are in your business, in the service you provide, in the people you serve, that is a critical component to having an effective referral process in place.
Absolutely, and I think what's interesting about as I look at all of this is when we look at this fellow who's probably one of our biggest champions. He sends people in the exact same line of work who need the exact same help that he needed.
Yeah.
And he is not sending us random people that don't fit because he knows this is what works.
Yeah.
And so within his circles of influence, he then has those discussions. And so that's where I look at this and say, as an advisor, there needs to be a system where if you're working with school teachers, you're having those school teachers introduce you to other school teachers.
Absolutely.
Because they can have a clear, easy conversation that you can prepare them for in a real sense that will enable them to go do what it is that you're seeking for them to do.
Yeah, I would say a systematic approach is really a must-have when it comes to having referrals as a core part of your business growth.